Hey everyone, wanted to make a quick video discussing the driver's side seat in my Bronco. Might be a bit of a controversial topic, but maybe not. We'll see here. Anyways, I've owned my Bronco for about 3 years now. I bought it brand new in April of 2022, and here we are in April of 2025. And one of the things I've never really liked about the Ford Bronco was the driver's seat comfort. Now, granted, I have a pretty low-end Bronco. It's only it's a big bend with a mid package, so it comes with only manual seats, obviously cloth, and it's just hard getting comfortable in the Bronco. Now, I've tried a number of things. This is, I think, one of 3 or 4 different seat covers or cushions that I've purchased. This is my favorite one thus far. Carbon. I'll leave the link if you're interested in the seat cover in this description. I just bought this on a fluke, and it has this nice bolstering on the side, and it turned out to be actually the most comfortable seat cover that I have. However, it's still not enough. I also have seat jackers in the front, lifting up the front of the seat to help with with angles with your knees and whatnot. That's helped a little bit, but overall it's just not very comfortable for me. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, I have a long torso, and the lateral support is just not good enough. I'm not the only one. I know that there's a number of people that have complained about the seats in a Bronco, though we are very much the minority. A lot of people love this seat. So anyways, I've looked at a couple options. Could I throw a F-150 seat in here? Could I throw an Explorer ST seat? What are my options? The problem is that the connector that comes, the connector from the wiring harness in the Bronco, well, it only works in a Bronco. So I would have to somehow bypass that and bypass the safety with the airbags in the seat. And so, I thought to myself, well, what's maybe the next best thing that I could do to get more comfort? And that is really just having more adjustability, having a power seat. So, so that's what I did. So I went out and went on eBay and looked for a power seat out of a Wildtrak or OBX. And well, I was able to find one. So I just came in today, and this is what we have here. We have Outer Banks leather 10-way powered seat. I went ahead and cleaned it up a little bit. It's from a wrecked Bronco with about 20-something thousand miles on it. And so I'm going to be throwing this in my Big Bend today. So clearly the Navy Pier, whatever it's called, Pier Navy, whatever, the blue is clearly not going to match the color that's inside my Bronco. So the goal is to get some seat covers so everything matches, and then I'm still having the adjustability as well as the comfort of the leather in my Bronco. Now, we're going to go ahead and match up the connectors, make sure everything works. I did consult with a local fellow forum member, Ducati 1098. We looked at the wiring diagram. He was able to figure out that it looks like that the Broncos, at least the one that I have, the wiring harness comes with all the connectors. So this should be plug and play, but we're going to find out. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the old seat, throw this one in, and see if it works. So give me a minute while I go ahead and do that. Okay, going to take a quick look at the wiring harness that comes into the seat. Pretty easy to disconnect. You just pull down this red tab, and then you just push in and pull out, and it comes right out. Not really anything worth noting here on the pinout itself. These all should be the same. Obviously, it's not all populated on the seat side as far as the pins and whatnot, but I think what's more important is the wiring itself. And so from what Ducati could determine is it looks like all of the necessary cables are here for the 10-way adjustable seat. So I'm hoping it's, again, it's just a quick plug and play, but we'll have to see. It's hard to see the, I'll bring the light down here. It's pretty dark, but it's hard to see what the seat connector looks like. But there's only a couple of, let's get some better light on it. There's only a few of the pins that are populated here. There's 1, 2 of the larger ones, and then the full array of the smaller ones, or some of the smaller ones. Here's the color of wires. Again, it's hard to see. Sorry, the lighting here is terrible. But it doesn't really matter. This is what it looks like from, a cloth seat with heated seats. But what's more important is what the wiring harness adapter looks like here. So Let's go ahead and unbolt this. You just pop these out. I have some seat jackers in here, so these are 15mm bolts using the seat jackers. Normally it's 13 mil. It's just 4 bolts, 1 wire, and then you just pull it out. So get back to it. And here's the rear, just real quick. These are the 13mm bolts that you'll need to remove. Pretty simple stuff. Once you pull it up, you can just pull the seat out. So I'm going to get these removed. Okay, I went ahead and installed the new seat. Hard to see right now. I'll have to show you a better picture here shortly. But I went ahead and put the seat jackers back in. So if for some reason they don't work out, I can just take them back out. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So let's see if we can get a better look at the connector here. You'll have to excuse me because the lighting in here is not good. So here's the seat connector here. It's obviously got a lot more wires than this one, and it looks like it has actually it has 3 tabs, the larger tabs here, instead of just 2. I don't remember how many other of the pins are populated here in the center, but the wire looks like there is a couple more wires here. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Always fun that way. So let's go like this. All right, snapped, clicked, push that in. Appears to have connected, and still got some sand in those rails. It appears to work. Lumbar working. Nice. So there you have it, guys. If you are interested in putting a power seat in your Poverty Edition Bronco, then, well, it more than likely has a wiring harness to work straight from the factory. So, yeah, it's great news. I'm going to go ahead and finish the installation and get in it and get comfortable. I guess before I release this video, I'll sit in it for a couple of days at least and see how comfortable it is in comparison, and then update you guys here at the end of the video. Okay, so it's been about 4 or 5 days since I put the seat in. Wanted to just do a quick follow-up for the end of the video. So yes, it was totally worth it. It is a lot more comfortable. Obviously the cushioning on a leather seat obviously is much better than what you get on a cloth seat. I did end up putting back on the seat cover that I had originally on the other seat. I like it a lot because it has a side bolstering, so I decided to go back with it. I'll eventually switch everything out soon, but decided to put that on for the time being. It's just what makes it so much better than the cloth seats is being able to make the micro adjustments, right, with my back, the bottom, flatten it out. One thing I will note is that this seat does not get as low as the cloth seats. So if your cloth seats were all the way put, at the lowest setting, this is more like 4 or 5 up from the bottom. So if you're looking for the really low setting, this might not be the best plan for you. But again, making these micro adjustments, it's so much easier to make your back more comfortable. So yes, definitely recommend it. If you are interested in something like this, I would highly recommend setting up an alert on eBay for a 2021 and up Ford Bronco powered leather seat. You should be able to find one out of a Wild Track and OBX. Hopefully you can have some luck. I've seen them priced anywhere from $500 up to $800 in that range. You will need a lift gate or a forklift. So if you own a business or have a friend that owns a business, I recommend you having it shipped to their business in order to save money on the shipping, since I think legally they have to ship to a place with a loading dock, or you pay for a lift gate. Another thing you could do is also reach out to a local junkyard and see if they have any wrecked Outer Banks Broncos. That's pretty much a guarantee. Wild Track maybe, but Outer Banks, you're pretty much going to get the leather. So again, the color doesn't match, but you can fix that with a seat cover and call it a day. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for checking out the video, and we'll see everybody soon.